Hello there folks and welcome to the season finale of Season 6 of Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021. Today we play against Arsenal and Manchester United, and today we aim to do potentially three things. Firstly, qualify for the Europa League. That only needs to get a point in either of our last two matches. Number 2, qualify for the Champions League, which knocks out objective number 1. And we can do that by, we can guarantee that by winning this match, winning one of the two matches. And thirdly, I'm going to put all three fingers up because it's awkward. Thirdly, we can finish third if we win both of the last two games of the season. So let's have a look at how we've been getting on in the interim. And obviously, we've been doing very well, which is really great to see. The last time you guys saw me was for that horrible loss against Leeds in the Premier League and then losing against PSG in the Champions League. And since then, we've gone on a very good run. But it did start with another defeat against Watford. We were level at 1-1 each until the 94th minute. And Watford went and beat us by 2-1. However, since then, we have been on a 6-match unbeaten run, winning every single one. And as a result, we've got Manager of the Month. So to quickly go through them, we beat Derby 3-1, Wolves 4-1, Southampton 4-2. So 11 goals from us in those three matches. Bournemouth 2-0, Villa 2-1, and Leicester 1-0. Very good results and very good performances in all of them. And the key for us is we've just picked a regular team, a consistent side, and that seems to have been the ticket for us to do well. So that's where it leaves the Premier League table. Chelsea have really slipped up. You'll remember we were something like 8 points off them at some point. But after only drawing against Derby County in yesterday's match, they are now a point behind us. So 2 wins in our last 2 matches, and we get third in the Premier League, which is absolutely outstanding. But we've got to play against Arsenal, which isn't an easy match, and then against Manchester United. Yikes. So the thing we want to do most is qualify for the Champions League, and we do that in today's game if we beat Arsenal. You can see they are the team in 5th, the only one of 3 teams that can challenge us. I mean, Man City, I can't see it, Tottenham possibly, but we'll see how we get on. I'd like to win today's game against Arsenal and get it finished. And then we can finish third, if we win today's game, by Chelsea slipping up a bit. Now, they've got Tottenham and Wolves in their last 2 matches. Tottenham, it is at home, it is at Stamford Bridge, so you know I'd guess they'd get 3 points there. Then they've got Wolves, but the last 2 matches, you just never know what can happen. And sadly, it looks like, for my former employers, they're going to go down. It's crazy, really, with the squad they've got. But they are in 19th in the Premier League. But let's get cracking, shall we, into today's first match. The one problem we've had, which you can't actually see on the injury list now, but a player who's been out for a few weeks is Ben Godfrey. And the man who has come into his place and done very well has been Pat Mayer. He's come into the side as a regular starter. He's had a 6.96 average rating in the last 5 matches, which is very solid. And he's coming alongside Almeida and done a job. Ben Godfrey is the man that was injured and still doesn't come back into the side. For one, because I want to keep things nice and consistent and keep it all the same. And B, because, well, he's not match fit yet. That's fairly simple. But the back line is the same. Obviously, Pat Mayer replacing Ben Godfrey. Sakaria and Baita in the midfield, with Nelson, Iwobi and Satona in the attacking midfield. And then Robin van den Berg up front. He's scored a few goals recently. He's now up to 16 in the Premier League for the season. So I said he had a bit of a goal drought, didn't I, recently? But he's done very well. 16 goals in his first season. And that 91 million is becoming a good transfer all of a sudden. We can secure qualification for the Europa League with a win here. I don't know why it says that we can't. I don't know. FM works a bit differently. I don't think they really take into account goal difference, I suppose. But we've had 5 wins in the last 5. I guess things can change very quickly. We've got a good side in Arsenal today we're playing. And I would love to go and win this match just to breathe a sigh of relief and then really have the last match playing for pride against Manchester United. Whereby if we finish third, awesome. If we don't, we've got the Champions League place anyway. But we'll be doing the season review after this episode. But that isn't a bad way to start today's match. Valentino Livramento, he's played in the side all season. And he's got his first Everton goal 30 seconds in here at Goodison. And this, actually, it's very important to note. I'm going to check this. Well, we'll see the highlight for the goal. I should have really pointed this out, but I've just thought of it. I'll check where we're playing the Manchester United match for one big reason. Is it at home or away? It's away. It's at Old Trafford. So, this is the last ever football match that's going to be played at Goodison Park. Because we're moving to our new stadium next year. So, 1892 it was built. It served Everton well for 130 odd years even. And this is the last match being played at Goodison Park. before we move into the new stadium. I don't know what the new stadium's going to be called, whether it's just going to be the Everton Stadium or something very bland like that, or whether it's going to be named after a legend, the Duncan Ferguson Stadium, can you imagine? But it'll be interesting to see if that has any effect on us going into Season 7. I hope it doesn't have a negative effect, but our home form has been very good. When we lost that game against Watford, I think it was 16 matches we've gone unbeaten at home. So yeah, we've got a very good home record, and I hope that leaving Goodison Park doesn't make much of a difference, but we'll cover that more as we go into the new season. Livramento on the right puts debate back to Livramento. Iwobi puts the shot in, but doesn't really get anywhere. And it's fair to say we're controlling this match from the start. Really good. Carlo Ancelotti, of course, the man in charge at Arsenal. They are newly promoted to the Premier League. I'd say that finishing 5th is probably the best newly promoted side's finish. And yes, you did hear me right. They are newly promoted in the Premier League, but we are very much treating them like newly promoted opposition today. You can tell we've had an upturn in form, and we are doing brilliantly. 6 minutes in, we're 2-0 up here. We are pumped for the match. And as it stands, we're very easily going to get into the top 4. There is no Tottenham and Man City can't challenge us. I was just going to confirm that. We win today's match and we've qualified for the Champions League. You know, that's brilliant stuff. Again, we'll go through the season review after the 2 games, but we've only made 1 signing, really, remember, this year. Arsenio. Jose Arsenio. Is he the love child of Jose Mourinho and Arsene Wenger? Does make you wonder, doesn't it? Arsenal bring it back to 2-1. It's very much not all over yet, by the way. I'm not trying to be cocky at all, because we know that Arsenal may well bring it back to 2 each and we have a bit of a problem. But actually, even if we get a draw, we should be alright. It relies on Tottenham and Man City doing very well. And Man City, for the 2nd year in a row, look like they're not going to get Champions League football. And Pep Guardiola was sacked for that last year. Let's see if Inzaghi or Inzaghi, I don't know what his name is. Simone Inzaghi, I think it is. Let's see if he gets sacked for doing the same. Because we've really come to the fore. If we can finish in the top 4... See what I did there. If we can finish in the top 4, that'd be a brilliant performance. And in our 3rd full season, it is definitely time to look to see if we can win the Premier League title this time round. Of course, this isn't just, a lovely Everton career mode where we try and do as well as we can and finish 3rd every year. This is conquering the Euro, and we are still looking for that first elusive league title whereby we start our first of 3 titles. We do aim to win 3 domestic titles with different clubs, that is, not just 3 titles for Everton, 3 domestic titles with different clubs. And I think this Everton squad, with a few tweaks, is good enough to do so. We've played very well for 2 years. I think this year we've really missed a trick. You can see we're only 10 points behind Liverpool in 2nd. And we've had some stupid occurrences where we've dropped points. But then if it was perfect, you'd win the title every year, wouldn't you? So the what if analysis it just proves a little bit stupid sometimes, because you're not going to win every match. And as I said, if you do, then you win the league by a mile. But that's not really what we wanted. Juan Larios has committed a foul here. It's a penalty. And from 2-0 up, we look like we're going to go down to 2 each. Which isn't ideal. Pickford's in the net. It's Arsenio to take the penalty. Pickford goes the wrong way. And Arsenal have brought it back from 2-0 down to 2-2. And that really isn't what we want. Again, I'd love to finish 3rd. I don't really... I guess from being 3rd seed, I suppose, in the Champions League, I don't think there's much of a advantage, I guess, to finishing 3rd. But it's the kudos. It would be the first time since the 80s that Everton have finished in the top 3 in the Premier League. And it just marks a bit of improvement, I guess. And it makes the last day of the league a bit more exciting for you guys if we do qualify for the Champions League. I would like to win this game. Bates, no. Oh dear, Arsenal. It goes from great to terrible. Sakari has been sent off. Oh, it's just got to them. It really has. This has just got to the players, clearly. Well, we're going to bring Iwobi off for... we'll put Viviani in there, I think, as a ball-winning midfielder. But this is a disaster. It's gone from la-di-da, 2-0 up in 6 minutes, and looking at having a fairy tale end to our time at Goodison, to what could be described nearly as a nightmare. We're down to 10 men. Arsenal are very much the team with the momentum. And I'll be very surprised if they don't go and win the game now. All we needed was a point to go and qualify for the Champions League. And joking aside, if we lose today, we've got a point as it stands. We are going to get into the Champions League, fine. But if we lose today, we've got Man United next. I can't see us getting much out of United. I really can't. And if we need the points, we could be in danger. And that red card for Zakaria could have just changed things. But we are good enough, I think, with 10 men to hold on to at least a draw, if not more. Livramento, Lewis Bates, what can he do with the ball? He holds it up a bit, which I haven't got a problem with. Viviani, bit of a questionable pass, but it's straight back to him. Pat Mayer with the ball up. No, this isn't good enough. I guess that is the problem with having the deficit. But given that man was in attacking midfield, it's a bit irrelevant. We've still got the same amount of central midfielders. The defence is fine, but Van der Berg is through on goal and he makes it 3-2. Whew! We're back okay. Robin van der Berg saves us, and he's really coming to his own the second half of the season. And he's going to be a special player, he really is. But it was actually Pickford who got the assist here. The two defenders caught napping for for Arsenal, sorry. And a cracking goal, straight past the keeper. Lovely confidence there from, what's his face? Robin van den Berg. I couldn't think of his name for a minute. How could I not think of his name? We've got 15 minutes to go. Let's make a few changes here. We're going to bring we'll keep the defence the same because you can only bring Cody or Lawrence on. I'm okay with that. We'll bring Alex Allen on for Deji Satona, and we'll put Vandenberg at right wing, and we'll bring on Lorenzo Chevalier. See, this is why I call him Lorenzo, rather than trying to get his name right, his surname, and completely butchering it. But at the moment, we are holding on to this 3-2 victory with 10 men, which would be really special, certainly given that Arsenal have been the far better team XG-wise, but we've got 5 minutes of added time. We're going to get very defensive, and if we can hold on to this, we are in the Champions League for the second year in a row, and we'll have done a brilliant job to have done it. And obviously make it 7 wins in a row in the Premier League. And we're going to do it. Absolutely fantastic. Fair play. Brilliant to the lads. That just shows how good the lads are. Really does. Maybe we didn't deserve to win it, but I don't care. I don't care. We've won it. We've got 3 points. We've qualified for the Champions League. And in some style, remember, we got 71 points last year. So we've improved on that somewhat. And we've got an extra game. The pressure's now on Chelsea to go and get something out of their game in hand. But we are in the top 4. And we could finish third. But I'll come back to you guys in a second to see what happens in the Tottenham match. Because if Tottenham go and beat Chelsea, then the last day is very much a dead rubber. Here we go then. If Tottenham beat Chelsea, we secure third with a game to go. If Chelsea win, then we could do with a win against Manchester United. But let's see what happens for what the permutations are on the final day. Come on, Spurs. It's that tense waiting. I think Chelsea will win, and they do. Chelsea win 3-0 quite convincingly in the end. So it'll be an interesting last day, actually, with those 3 clubs there. Leeds can actually qualify. No, it'd need a big turnaround, wouldn't it? Leeds could qualify for the Conference League if they get to 7th, but I very much doubt that'll happen. Man City and Arsenal on 64 points. Bang on, actually. The same goal difference. Surely they haven't got the same amount scored and conceded. No, I didn't think so. So, on the final day, I suppose, we need to go and beat Manchester United. Chelsea are playing a relegated Wolves, so I think that the tide is very much against us, you would suggest. However, the form book suggests otherwise. We've got 7 Premier League wins in a row. I suppose Man United need to win the Premier League, so it's going to be a very challenging game, but you know what, we'll give it our all, see what happens, and hope our former employers, Wolves, give us a bit of a helping hand as well. So here we are then, final day of the Premier League season. A victory secures third. But a lot of it comes down to what happens at Stamford Bridge. If we draw, then Chelsea need not to win for us to finish in third. And if we lose, then we need Chelsea to match. Basically, for us to finish third, we need Chelsea to match our results. I think that's the simplest way to put things. So, same team as what played before, apart from Sakaria, of course, who's managed to pick himself up a suspension, which is never ideal. And we're going to put Ben Godfrey in there to see how he gets on, because Ben Godfrey is a very good central midfielder. I don't really want to change Pat Meyer out of the team. He's played very well and deserves to play today. And Godfrey is a very good central option. So it might be worth actually looking to see if Godfrey will play central midfield as a permanent fixture, because one place in this squad, if I was to pick any of these squad areas that we need to improve, it's probably midfield. And actually, Ben Godfrey is our best midfielder on paper, so it wouldn't be a bad idea for him to play in central midfield. It's something we can explore going into the new season, and I think that we just need a few more depth players, really. We need to look at the youngsters we've got, who's going to make the cut. We've actually got a lot of options in midfield. It's just in terms of real quality options if our two best players get injured, suspended, or are out for any other reason that we do struggle a bit. But early chance here for Man United, and it is 1-0 courtesy of Federico Canani, who looks like an absolute beast of a regen, no doubt about that. That's his 37th goal of the season. And as it stands, we are still, apparently, going for Champions League, but I think that will update itself in a minute. Man United are all over us. We're just playing the way we usually play here because, again, I don't see the point of sitting back too much. Oof. Yuri Tillemans misses a big chance there. Chelsea are now above us on goal difference. We'll have to see how it does go at the Molineux there at Stamford Bridge. I can't see much going for us today, and now Man United are 2-0 up. We really need Chelsea to lose. No, well, are Chelsea losing? No, they can't be. They can't be. No. If they draw with Wolves, yeah, they beat us. That makes sense. But if it doesn't happen, if we don't finish third, as I say, it doesn't really mean much. It's just for pride more than anything. But this was going to be a tough game to come to Old Trafford and win. I just hope we don't get completely battered. And based on the first 20 minutes, I'm a bit worried that we might do. I'm going to encourage the players. We're going to go on cautious rather than positive because we are clearly being opened up far too easily at the back. I'm just going to encourage the players, see what we can do. And this is the problem, really. We're playing very well. It is just sides against like Man United. How do you get to their level? We're a very good side. Based on this year, we are the 3rd/4th best side in this league. But Manchester United are clearly the side that are dominating the league. And the question is, how do we come to their level? A bit of luck, I suppose. And I guess Man United's having an off year because this is going to be, I think, their 3rd successive Premier League title unless anything changes. They are 3-0 up, but that is offside from Bruno Fernandes. We just need a poor season from Man United, I think. We've done it twice. We've got 70-plus points. We can just drag that up slightly and maybe get into the 80s. We've certainly got a chance. But if we can't win the title here at Everton, 2 top 4 finishes in a row isn't going to hurt our managerial reputation abroad. Definitely not. Unless we get a monumental offer to go somewhere like Bayern Munich, Juventus, etc. I definitely won't be going anywhere this summer. I'm going to do another full season next time out, unless we get the sack or something. I can't see that. Man United are seemingly ending our season not the way we want it to end, but Manchester United are by far the better team today. And it looks, unfortunately, like we are going to finish 4th rather than our fairy tale of finishing 3rd. But so be it. These things happen. I don't really want to watch the rest of this match if it's going to end with a Manchester United thrashing, but we did alright there, to be fair. Deji Satona cutting inside. And we've got a good squad. We have got a good squad. We've built it over 2 full seasons. And there's not really much more to say. I'm struggling for conversation areas, really, discussion points, because there's nobody else on the other end of the microphone going, "Oh, say this." Because Man United are 3-0 up. It's just really a dead rubber now, to be honest. Now we know Chelsea are ahead. Chelsea are now 2-0 ahead. It would take Wolves to overturn that and win 3-2 to have a real shock. But Pat Moyer gets his first goal for Everton. That's one nice thing today to see. And a good free kick. It wasn't. Well, it was. Yes, it was. It was a free kick from Reece Nelson. So that was nice for him to get a goal. And you know what? We might as well just go attacking. We've got nothing to lose. We know we've finished 4th anyway. So let's see if we can pull off something crazy. We've got 1 back. If we can get 2 back, it might well be game on. Who knows? But if United make it 4-1 here, that would really end our party. Almeida gets it out, but only to Tielemans. Zanilo. Oh, to be fair, Almeida puts a good ball out. For Man United are really all over us here. Constant pressure. Out on the right wing, Tomiyasu puts to Bruno Fernandes. How has there not been a goal? I really don't know. That's kudos to our good defensive work. We do need 3 goals here to go above Chelsea. There is that to it, unless Wolves help us out. And now we do need 4 goals. So I'd have liked to have had an unbeaten run going into the end of the season, but it is what it is. We beat Arsenal. We did what we needed to in the last game. If this goes 5-1, I'll go a bit scared now. I think it might just be worth going defensive because I don't want this to turn into a rout. It already is, really, at 4-1. But anymore, and things start to become a bit embarrassing, and it is a bit now. They are really the stars of the league. You can tell that whenever you play Man United, it's so tough to get a result against them, even in the form we've been in, to be honest. So we are going to bring a few players on, rest them, because they might get a stupid injury before the end of the season. You never know. Vandenberg comes off, We will bring Ben Godfrey off just to make sure, and we'll also bring off... We'll bring off Deji Satona and put Alex Allen on the left-hand side there. But 5-1, not really the way we wanted to end the season. To be honest, Man United have been a class apart, and they are going to win the Premier League by, I think, 3 points to Liverpool, which, fairly close title race. I think Man United ran away with it a bit last time out. So nice to see it has been a close title race. Can we make it 5-2? We certainly do. We don't do too bad there. We've got 2 goals to our name. If we hadn't have been so open at the back from the start, we might well have got a result today. But Chelsea are 4-0 up. We'd have had to have gone and beat Manchester United for us to finish in 3rd. So it's not worth worrying about. Even if we'd have got a draw at 5 each, it wouldn't have meant anything. Greenwood, Fernandes, good blocks. To be honest, you have to credit our players because it could actually be a lot more. It could be 8 or 9 or something absolutely crazy. But our players have played well. And that's not something you can often say when you're 5-2 down. As you can see, our defence has been top class. I do worry about Pickford going in the summer. I don't want him to go. And I did say that Cascais was going to become our top goalkeeper for next year. But to a degree, Pickford's done absolutely nothing wrong. So why would you replace him for a youngster? So Cascais might become a little bit restless in the new season. We'll see, but that's a nasty challenge from... is that Pulisic? Yeah, Christian Pulisic is playing for Manchester United. That's interesting. It's now 6-2 to Man United. This one very much being one to forget. But, you know, Solskjaer has his day. Good old Solskjaer. Good old Solskjaer. I really hope this doesn't happen in real life, by the way. Chelsea now 3-0 up. They're not going to go down in much style, are they? Poor Wolves. And there you go. We have the trophy presentation. We're going to go. I don't care. I don't want to watch this. I'm far from pleased. We have to say that. We can't say we were pleased with losing 6-2. We'll send our assistant, but we have finished in 4th in the Premier League. Arsenal finished 5th in the end. City 6th and Tottenham 7th. Leeds 8th. Derby County go down, which is a shame for them. But Wolves and West Brom, 2 Midlands clubs. I guess Derby a bit of a Midlands club, albeit East Midlands. The 4 Midlands clubs all finished at the bottom. Well, Midlands was a bit pants, wasn't it? But Everton do qualify for the Champions League, which is awesome to see. The board have given us 64 million to spend. Is it going to go down to 8? No, it's going to go down to 7. I was questioning 2 places go to the league. I wonder if it's going to go down to 8, but no, it's not. And yeah, we're finishing 4th. So I guess the final bit of admin work for the rest of the season and tying things up is seeing the season review, and it should be a good one. So here we are then for the end of season review, 2027 to 2028. Strange year for us. It's our last year at Goodison Park. And let's see what next year brings. But let's have a look at looking back at this season first. So the new arrivals for Everton this year. And we're going to go straight to one man. And that is Robin van den Berg. The big signing, you know, above anybody in terms of transfer fees. You know, if you compare... 12 million is the next biggest, so there's just no comparison there. And 43 appearances, 12 of those off the bench, 19 goals, 2 assists. His average rating hasn't been brilliant, but again, he's the signing of the season, and he's got a lot of potential for the future. We bought in Connor Cody, didn't do a lot for us this year. I think we've been a bit hasty. We gave him a 3-year contract, and again, 13 appearances. He's done a job for us, I suppose, but again, he's a player that can come in if we've got a real issue. Darko Gyabi signed from, can't remember now, I think it was Watford for 65,000. He's gone out on loan to Hull and has played decently for them. But it looks like he's just going to be a profit player, really. Just, again, very much a backup and see what we can do with him. Pat Mayer, I can't believe Liverpool got rid of him for free because he's a very good player, as we've seen. Average rating of 6.9. Most of those 24 appearances come at the end of the season when Godfrey got injured. But again, another very good player, and the board reaction shows that. Cascais, we didn't see a lot of him. He did play 9 games for us. £12 million, he's very much one for the future. Michael Thiel, again, another one for the future. Played twice for us, an average rating of 7.2. He should be an exciting player. And then a few young guns here, which we'll probably see more of next year. Let's just scan some of these. Mason Holgate being one of our bigger players to go, 12 million. Valentino Livramento has took that right back position and hasn't got a problem with it. And Thomas Butnick went for 23 million. Again, we didn't miss him either. I guess Decore we missed a little bit, but again, not really much of a problem. And a lot of loans out this year. Joel Stewart did well at Dundee. Pablo Duran, who we signed from, I think it was from Atletico Nacional, and he's gone back there, has had a very good season. Harrison Solken, he's had a good season out in Portugal. Not really any players doing particularly badly. This season's results then, the board are delighted that the team qualified for the Champions League through their participation in the Premier League. C+, I think that's a bit harsh. But as you can see, we qualified quite convincingly in the end for the Premier League. We did, the Champions League, we did move to the top of the league, if you remember, after our start to the season. But it was really periods like this, Tottenham, Leeds and Derby, where we had poor results, and particularly if we go forward to about the period, sort of end of January to around this period, we lost against Chelsea, Liverpool, dropped 2 points against Newcastle, dropped 2 points against Brighton, lost to Leeds and Watford. Again, that's already 10 points that if you add those on, we're very much in the title race. So, you know, a few poor matches, but on the whole, another solid season, some really memorable moments and really good stuff. Champions League, the board just wants us to be competitive, and that's exactly what we did. We got to the first knockout round and went out to PSG, no problem there. The Cups were a bit of a problem though. We went out to Derby County in the FA Cup, and in the Carabao Cup went out to Leeds. So, a bit disappointed. I'd like to have a bit of a cup run next year, but it is what it is. Moments to remember. Biggest win was 6-0 against Lille. That was absolutely fantastic. Match to remember, that 3-0 win against Chelsea early on in the season, definitely. That really showed us to be contenders. It really did. I just think that period about November, losing those few matches, it just took us out the title race, didn't it? But goal of the season was Robin van den Berg against Derby. Can't say I really remember that. The finances actually look pretty good, considering we've built new training facilities, built new youth facilities, and of course built a new stadium this year. So good to see that the finances haven't been affected too much. And the highest selling shirts, Robin van den Berg, then Satona, Iwobi, Chevalier, I can never get his name right, and then Nelson in 5th. So how we lined up. And again, this is the side really that played a lot of the last few matches. And I think that next year, barring injuries, it would be good to select a first 11 and go for it. This is probably the first 11 I'd go for. Obviously, Godfrey was out of the side for those last few matches because Pat Meyer joined in because he was injured. But this is a solid side. Again, maybe midfield, we could look at bringing in a real top-class midfielder. I don't know. But apart from that, we're a pretty solid side. The accolades, we got 3 Manager of the Month awards. We did brilliantly there. Fans Player of the Season, Jordan Pickford. I definitely agree with that. He did really well. Young Player of the Season, Juan Larios, who played very well. Sign of the Season, Robin van den Berg. Goal of the Season, Van den Berg. Top goal scorer with 17 goals, Van den Berg. Pretty good stuff. Alex Iwobi with 10 assists. 4 Player of the Match awards for Lorenzo. And highest average rating was Deji Satona. And the thing that pleases me about that is that we've got a lot of varying players. Pickford, Larios, Van den Berg, Iwobi, Lorenzo, Satona, all in there. And most goals by a player in a league match, record breakers, was Robin van den Berg with 4. I think that was the game against Watford when we won there 6-2. So let's have a quick butchers then. We've looked at the season review. Club vision and expectations meetings. So, they want us to finish in the top half. I can't get over that. I really can't get over they just want to finish in the top half. But to be brutally honest, we'll take it. We'll take it because if next year does go badly, it gives that bit of a buffer. If we say, well, we'll qualify for the Champions League and it goes terribly, then they could be giving us the sack. But at top half, we've got no real problem. New season team reports. Again, we've got a lot of wage budget to spend. We'll have a look at that. Injury reports. Who's been out for the longest? Reece Nelson was out for 2 months. None of our players out for a really long period. I think that definitely helped us out. Yeah. So, end of season team meeting. Discuss plans for next year. The season is over. It's all time for you to go. Yes, we're going to qualify for the Europa League. Why do the players get all grumpy over that? They're a bit like the bloody board. I'm very confident we can do what we said. Okay, well, if you're not going to agree, bugger off. Good account of ourselves in the Champions League. I think that's fair enough. And we'll discuss promises when we get back. I don't get the team's mentality. We're finishing the top 4 the last 2 seasons. That was no mean feat. And again, we've done well. And another good season. I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys did. We're back on, I think this is Sunday's episode. So I think I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the new season. Season number 7. This is going really quickly. And this will be our 3rd full season with Everton. This year we've very much been stable. The first full season we finished in 4th with 71 points. This year we've finished in 4th with 72 points. We've scored more. albeit we've conceded a few more. Probably most of that due to the fact we got beat 6-2 by United on the final day. Yeah, well, that is. We conceded 6 more. I'll take that. So a very stable season this time out, but I'm looking for a bit more next year. Let's see if we can get ourselves in the title race and win that first elusive title to start conquering the Euro. Thank you guys for your company this year. I hope you guys have enjoyed this season. I'll be back in a few days for the next campaign. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. Comment down below as well. And subscribe for regular Football Manager 2021 content. Thanks again for watching this season. And I'll see you guys for a brand new campaign on Tuesday. Goodbye for now.